no? Today we are going to continue what we have been discussing yesterday, which is about the law of cosine. So kahapon, naibigay ko na sa inyo yung ating first kind of triangle na ginagamitan ng law of cosines, which is kapag given yung dalawang sides at saka yung included angle. And then, supposed to be today, i-discuss na natin na paano isolve yung mga missing parts ng isang oblique triangle kapag binigay naman yung tatlong sides o yung ating SSS case. Right? So, before tayo mag-proceed sa pagsasolve ng SSS cases, let us have a quick review of what we have discussed yesterday. No? Right, so the law of cosines is applied when the parts of the triangle are two sides and the included angle or SAS. So kapag binigyan ka raw ng dalawang sides at saka yung angle na nasa pagitan ng dalawang sides na yun, yung nakapalaman, yun yung ginagamitan ng law of cosines. Hindi gagana yung ating law of sines kapag ka ganun kasi wala tayong complete pair. Kapag naman tatlong sides daw yung binigay, pwede rin gamitan ng law of cosines. But beware, kailangan mag-start ka sa longest side. So mamaya pa-practicein natin yan. So ito yung law of cosines. So kapag meron ka daw triangle ABC, to solve for side A, we have A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. Kapag naman gusto mo i-solve si B squared, no, we have A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. At kapag gusto mo namang i-solve si C squared, we have A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine angle C. Right, so let's have a quick review of the SAS case. So I have here triangle ABC. Angle A is 60 degrees, side B is 20, and side C is 14. We need to solve for side A, angle B, and angle C. So, lagay ko lang dito sa baba yung law of cosines para meron tayong reference. Tapos, subukan nating illustrate tong triangle na to para magkaroon tayo ng konting visualization kung ano ba yung nangyayari dun sa triangle, no? So, I'll name this angle A or vertex A. This will be angle B and this will be angle C. So, according to the given daw, ang ating angle A is 60 degrees. So, nandiyan yan. Tapos, wala tayong given na side A. Yan yung isa sa mga isosolve natin. Si angle B, hindi rin siya given. So, we don't know that. Pero meron tayong side B. Side B is 20. Tapos, side C is 14, yung katapat ni angle C. So, wala rin tayong angle C. So, pag tiningnan natin yung mga pairs, meron tayong angle A, 60 degrees, pero wala tayong side A. So, hindi natin magagamit yan sa law of sines kasi kulang yung pair, no? Wala tayong angle B, hindi natin alam, pero meron tayong side B, which is 20. Wala tayong angle C, pero meron tayong side C, which is 14. So, ibig sabihin, again, hindi gagana ang law of sines natin. Kasi, di ba, pag law of sines yung gagamitin mo, kailangan merong isang pair na complete. So, as you can see, walang complete pair. May angle A pero walang side A. Walang angle B pero may side B. Walang angle C pero may side C. So, using the law of sines is impossible. So, kapag hindi gagana yung law of sines, punta tayo sa law of cosines. At yan yung naka-flash dito sa baba. Ayan ang ating law of cosines. Pero sir, tatlo yan. Alin dyan yung pwede natin gamitin? So, observe nyo yung given. Tingnan nyo yung given ngayon. So, meron kang angle A, meron kang side B, at meron kang side C. As you can see, dito sa ating tatlong formula for law of cosines, ang gagana dyan yung first one. Kasi gagamitin mo dyan yung B, yung C, ayan, tsaka ito rin, BC, at saka si angle A. Alright? So, yan yung paggagamitan natin. Or yan yung pipiliin nating gamitin para isolve si side A. Alright? So, ito yung isosolve natin, no? Si side A. So, let me get that. So, A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2 BC cosine angle A. O, substitute na natin. So, A squared is equal to B squared. That's 20. Huwag kalimutan yung square. And then 14 squared minus 2 times 20 times 14 and then times cosine 60. Angle A is 60. And then yung right side ng equation, pwede na nating i-calculator. So that would be 20 squared plus 14 squared minus 2 times 20 times 14 cosine 60. Do not forget to close the parenthesis. Ayan. So, equal sign, we get 316. So, A squared, sorry, A squared is equal to 316. And then, depend tapos, you have to get the square root of both sides. Kunin yung square root niyan. So, magiging A is equal to, calculate nyo na, para mas mabilis, no? Square root of 316. Oh, sorry. That's 316. So, that's 2 square root of 79. Pag gusto nyo palitan yan or gawing decimal, pindutin nyo lang to. Right? So, naging 17.776. Round off to 2 decimal places. So, we have 17.78. Ayan, ang ating side A. Alright. So, we have one of the missing parts. That's 17.78. Okay. So, si side A daw ay 17.70. Ngayon, ito pala yung hindi ko nabanggit yesterday. Whenever you are solving for the remaining angles or for any angle, unahin nyo lagi yung angle na katapat ng shortest side kapag gagamit kayo ng law of sines. Since meron na tayong isang pair na complete, which is angle A and side A, pwede na tayong gumamit ng law of sines. No? For the remaining parts, o yung next angle na gusto nating isolve, pwede na nating gamitan ng law of sines. Pero take note, pag gagamit kayo ng law of sines, unahin nyo yung angle na katapat ng shorter side. Okay, yung mas maiksing side. In this case, uunahin kong isolve si angle C. Hindi ko uunahin si angle B, no? Angle C muna tayo kasi as you can see, katapat niya yung shorter side, which is 14. Si angle B, ang katapat niya yung 20. So, ang uunahin natin si angle C. Right? So, pwede ko na ngayon gamitin yung ating law of sine. So, gagamitin ko na yung sine A over A. Ayan. Sine A over A is equal to sine C over C. So, unahin natin yan ha kasi mas maiksi yung 14 kesa kay 20. So, unahin ko si angle C. Okay? Pagpalitin pala natin ang pwesto para mas madali mamaya. So, dito natin lagay si angle C sa left side over C. Sa right side si A over A. Para pagka nag-solve tayo, nasa left side si angle C. Okay. So, this is going to be sine C over small c, it's 14, no? Side C. Sine angle A, that's 60 degrees. So, sine 60 over 17.78. Tapos, cross-multiply natin si 14. So, magiging ganito. Sine C is equal to 14 times sine 60 all over 17.78. Ayan. Tapos, pwede nyo na i-calculator before that, no? So, magiging angle C is shift sine or inverse sine 14 sine 60 all over 17.70. Okay. So, i-calculator na ulit natin yung nasa right side. Okay, so that's shift sine 14 times sine 60. Do not forget to close the parenthesis. All over 17.78. Okay. Alright, and then equals 42.99. Round off to 2 decimal places. So, ang ating angle C is 42.99 degrees. Ayan. Alright. So, we got angle C. 42.99. And ang natitira na lang si angle B. O, madali na yan si angle B. Ang kailangan na lang natin gawin dyan, i-minus natin sa 180 degrees yung total ni angle A at ni angle C. Right. So, yun na lang yung gagawin natin, no? So, burahin ko na siguro tong part na to since tapos na tayo rito. Ito burahin. Nasolve na natin yan eh. Okay. So, para masolve naman si angle B, ayan. So, again ha, inuna ko si angle C kasi katapat ni angle C yung mas maiksing side. So, si angle B naman, ang gawin nyo na lang dyan, 180 degrees minus yung total ni angle A plus ni angle C. Kasi 'di ba alam natin that in any triangle, the sum of the three interior angles is always equal to 180 degrees. So angle B is equal to 180 minus the total of angle A plus angle B. Angle A is 60 plus angle C, sorry, angle C pala, hindi angle B. That's 42.99. Yeah. So, calculate na natin yan para mas madali. So, ano lang yan? 180 minus the sum of 60 plus 42.90. Close parenthesis. So, that's going to be fraction 77,000. Change, 77.01 degrees. So, ito yung ating angle. Yan. So, kompleto na tayo. Check nga natin kung tama nga. So, si angle B ay 77.01. Si angle C naman is 42.99. So, check natin, ha? So, ang pinakamalaking angle, si angle B, 77.01. Katapat niya si 20, which is our longest side. Okay, so tama. Ang pinakamaliit naman nating angle, si angle C, 42.99. Ang katapat niya naman si 14, yung ating pinakamaiksing side. That's correct din. And finally, si angle A is 60. Katapat niya yung 17.78 na sukat sa side. At yun yung middle measurement, which is also correct. So, ganun natin ginagamit yung law of cosines kapag naghahanap tayo ng missing parts ng isang triangle. Tandaan ha, pag nasolve nyo na yung tatlong sides, unahin nyo muna yung mas maiksing angle o yung mas maliit na angle isolve. Yun yung katapat nung shorter side. Okay? Kapag ang gagamitin nyo ay law of sines. Right, so tuloy naman natin sa ating pangalawang case. Yan, yung SSS case, no? So, kung mapapansin nyo, tatlong sides naman yung binigay. A, B, tsaka side C. Walang kahit isang angle na given, no? Wala tayong angle A, wala tayong angle B, wala rin tayong angle C. E, paano yan, sir? Wala lahat yung mga need natin na parts. So, ano ba ulit yung law of cosine? So, ang ating law of cosines, A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus cosine, sorry, 2BC cosine angle A. O, B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine angle B. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine angle C. Ayan yung ating law of cosines. Ngayon, sir, sabi mo kanina dun sa previous slide, no, o yung isa pang slide, yung naunang slide, kailangan daw unahin yung longest, yung angle na katapat ng longest side. Yes. Kapag law of cosines yung gagamitin mo, mag-i-start ka sa pinakamahabang side. No? Gamitin mo muna yung longest side or isolve mo muna yung largest angle. So, as you can see, ang pinakamahabang side dito, si side B, which is 12. So, ang uunahin nating isolve si angle B. Laging ganun, ha? Tandaan, huwag kakalimutan. Ito yun, ha? Start with the longest side. Yan yun. Right? So, ang unahin kong isolve si angle B. Tingnan nyo to. Alin ba yung may angle B? Ito, yung pangalawang formula. So, yan yung gagamitin natin. Sobrahin ko na tong dalawan to. So, unahin natin isolve si angle B. Right? So, madali lang yan. Sulat ko lang yung formula ulit. So, B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine angle B. Right? So, ngayon, substitute na natin yung mga meron tayo. So, si B is 12. So, 12 squared is equal to A squared is 7. 7. A 7. So, 7 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 7 times 9 cosine B. At solve na natin. 12 squared is 144 equals 7 squared is 49 plus 9 squared is 81 minus 2 times 7 times 9. 2 times 7, negative 2 times 7 is 14 times 9, that's 90 times 4 plus 36. So that's 126. Tama ba? 126. No? Negative 126 cosine B. Yan na. Combine like terms. So, makakombine natin tong 49 tsaka 81. Tapos itong 144, pwede nating ilipat yan sa kabila para makombine din. No? Ito namang negative 126 cosine B, ililipat ko naman sa left side. O, yan yung shortcut natin ha, yung transpose. Pero technically, that's addition property of equality. So, si negative 126 cosine B will go to the left side. It becomes positive. So, 126 cosine B equals 49 plus 81 minus 144. Right? So, parang nag-switch lang sila ng places. Okay? So, 126 cosine B, positive na siya. Negative na si 144. So, yung nasa right side, ito, yung 49 plus 81 minus 144, combine natin. So, let's do that. Pwede na natin i-calculate para mabilis. 49 plus 81 minus 144. And that is negative 14. So, 126 cosine angle B is equal to negative 14. Divide both sides ng 126. So, cosine B is equal to cancel na to. Yung 126. So, cosine B na lang is equal to negative 14 over 126. So, tapos yung cosine naman yung ilipat nyo, no? So, magiging angle B is equal to shift cosine or inverse cosine Negative 14 over 126. Tapos calculate na natin yan. So, magiging shift cosine. Yan ay negative 14 over 126. And that gives us 96.38. 96.379. So, 38, no? So, angle B is, angle B is 96.38. Okay. Degrees. Yan. So, yan yung ating angle B. So, si angle B is 96.38. Alright. So, nasolve na natin yung largest. So, ito yung largest angle natin, si angle B. Ang isusunod naman natin isolve si angle C. Bakit si angle C? Dahil 9 yung susunod na mas mahabang side. Okay? So, alright. Sobrahin ko na to. Solve naman natin si angle C. So, ang gagamitin naman natin, yung law of cosines, or pwede na tayo mag-law of sines actually. Yes. I think it's better to use the law of sines. Mas madali. No? Sige. Let's proceed with the law of sines. Kaya lang, pag gumamit tayo ng law of sines, unahin natin yung mas maiksing side. No, yung shorter side. Okay. So, binura ko na yung part na yan. Balikan nyo na lang yung video kung nakalimutan nyo yung ginawa. Right? So, gagamit na tayo ng law of sine since meron na tayong isang complete pair. Si angle B tsaka si side B. No? Magla-law of sines na tayo. Pero ang unahin kong isolve yung angle A pala. Since law of sines yung gagamitin natin, kailangan nating unahin yung mas maiksing side para hindi tayo magkaroon ng error dun sa mga angles. Right? So, ang gagamitin ko, sin A, unahin natin si A kasi shorter yung side A. Sin A over A is equal to sin capital B over small b. So, ang sasolve natin dito si angle A, no? Solve for angle A. Right. So, continue. So, sin angle A all over 7 is equal to sin 96.38 degrees all over 12. Tapos, cross multiply. O, kahit yung 12, wag nyo na i-cross multiply. Since, i-divide both sides nyo rin naman yan. So, sin A is equal to 7 times sin 96.38 all over 12. Okay. So, gumamit na ako ng law of sines para mas mabilis yung calculation natin. And then, do not forget this part. A is equal to shift sine or inverse sine 7 times sine 96.38 all over 12. And then, pwede na natin i-calculator. So, that's going to be shift sine 7 times, it's going to be a fraction. 7 times sine 96.38 close parenthesis all over 12. Alright. Okay. And then that is going to be 35.43. Ayan. So, angle A is 35.42. So, nakuha na natin si angle A. That's 35.43 degrees. And yan yung ating smallest angle. So, last na si angle C. So, pag si angle C na lang yung isa-solve natin, pwede na tayong gumamit ng definition ng triangle, no? Which is, o yung sum ng interior angles ng triangle, which is 180 degrees. So, solve for angle C. So, angle C is equal to 180 minus angle A plus angle B. Pwede na yan. So, angle C is equal to 180 minus angle A is 35.43 plus angle B is 96.38. So, angle C is equal to, calculate natin yan. That's 180 minus 35.43 plus 96.30. Close parenthesis. And that gives us 48.19 degrees. At yan na yung ating angle C. So, angle C is 48.19. Ayan. Check nga natin kung tama. Ang pinakamahabang side si 12. Ang katapat niya ba yung pinakamalaking angle? Yes, 96.38 degrees. Ang pinakamaiksing side, si A, 7 lang. Katapat niya ba yung smallest angle? Yes, 35.43. And finally, yung middle side natin, no? Yung middle, yung sukat, 9. Yung side C. Katapat niya ba yung middle angle? Yes, 48.19. Tapos i-check natin kung tama yung tatlong angles na nakuha. Dapat saktong 180 degrees yan. Kapag sumobra yan o nagkulang yan, meron tayong mali sa calculations. So let's add 48.19 plus 35.43 plus 96.38. Yan. Total of 180, walang labis, walang kulang. So we got all the angles. So angle B is 96.38 degrees, angle A is 35.43 degrees, and angle C is 48.19 degrees. So yung unang angle, ginamitan natin ng law of cosines. So again, unahin yung pinakamahabang side kapag nag-law of cosines. Ngayon, yung pangalawang angle naman, ginamitan natin ng law of sines. So pagka yung law of sines naman ang ginamit, unahin nyo yung pinakamaiksi na side, no? Yung shorter side or shortest side. At pag yung last angle na yung sinosolve, wag na kayong gumamit ng law of sines or law of cosines. Pwede nyo nang isolve yon gamit yung idea na yung tatlong angles ng isang triangle is 180 degrees. Right? And that's how you solve a triangle given the three sides. Law of cosines ang gagana dyan. So, yung next slide, solve nyo. Sasagutan natin sa Thursday or bukas. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.